I saw Brian Leaky, he was doing a live stream, playing music or something with his wife and their friends, and they were drunk as hell.
Long spans and no contact, and then sudden unexpected contact is one of the signs of someone who likes to drink.
Yo, it's sneaky leaky.
Hey man, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good, bro?
I didn't mean I tried to I mean I didn't mean to change my name. I was trying to make a whole different account and everything. I guess it just I don't know what I did, but somehow I changed my name.
I forgive you.
Brian Leak. It's Brian Leak, man.
Yeah, I know.
We know.
It's Brian Leaky. Yeah.
How you been?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Doing a lot of music and stuff, man. Starting to get somewhere with it, man. It took a while, but it's finally getting my attention a little bit. But I wanted to ask, where do we post shit? Well, like when we make new videos, like I just made a dual pole model and shit. And I was thinking of trying to share it.
Post it there. Here, I'm gonna so basically you just make it known, like just below here there's another. Hey, you may want to do yourself a favor, actually. Discord's got this stupid thing where it doesn't show you all the rooms now. So you want to go at the top where the server is and click on it, and then click show all rooms. It's on the first menu. Show all rooms. That way you know everything is, and then you can't screw up. Can't screw up. There's a video. Yeah.
Okay, it says voice says okay, no, definitely no. Only show videos. We won't show non-video participants. What's that mean?
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm trying to know
at the
for what you
top,
just said. Yeah.
Just click the server name at the top, either on both the computer and the app. Doesn't matter.
I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah, click the server name.
Okay, I clicked it. Okay.
Menu pops out. Show all channels. Got to scroll down, maybe.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, man. Yeah. And that'll show me everything pretty much.
Yeah, it'll just make sure that it's all there where it's supposed to be, because otherwise it'll show you like one channel and then another channel, and they'll all be scrambled, and it's just dumb. It doesn't even work. It just show all channels. Yeah. What's up, Charlie Handsome? Cutie patootie. What's up,
I got it. Thanks, buddy.
Yo, you got it? Okay, cool. Yeah, so bro, so yeah, there's a video channel down below in the Chill Hub. But then you can just post it in the wide chat too. That's fine.
Okay, that's totally fine. I think that's where I posted it.
If it's a good video, if it's if you want people to talk about it, let me know, or let a mod know, and we can put it in the what's the topic room. That way everybody can see it.
It's just do a poll. It's your best one yet, man.
I just posted it in the what's the topic room.
Yeah, I'd have to let you be the judge and see if you want to talk about it. But it's to me, it's the
I'm
best
open-minded, dude.
So far.
New Perspective is real in on it. There's this guy E1 that's real keen on it. I'm open-minded. I like thinking about new stuff.
Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, I've been talking to New Perspective for a long time, dude. I've been doing this. I've been working on this model for a long time, dude.
I know. For like over a year now. You were one of the first guys that I heard of.
Yeah, me and E1 and New Perspective, and we've shared information. My next one's going to be I showed a little teaser of it in this video, but I'm going to try and include the daylight. I'm going to try and find a way to animate that in with it and have it all in one video. But they're getting better each time, man. So anybody can check it out. I'll post it again, or I'll double check and make sure I did post it. Anybody interested? Yeah, I'm not trying to sell it or anything like that, but man, to me, it's flat Earth's only chance, dude. Eventually, most everybody's going to come to that conclusion that there's two rotations. So why not try and model it? It's not. I enjoy doing it. It's a little bit tedious sometimes, and I enjoy trying to solve problems and shit, come up with explanations. It's just where this journey has taken me, brother.
Yeah, it's been a minute, dude. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, I listen in a lot, dude, but I've only popped in a couple times in the last.
Oh, here?
7 or 8. No, my first time here.
Okay.
I mean, for some reason, I already had this though. I already had it. Like when you sent an invite, I went to sign up, and somehow I forgot, I guess, because it has been a minute. But I had already joined, but I don't remember coming in and talking to you. But I might have joined when nobody was in here or something, and then just skedaddled. But yeah, I was already joined. Apparently, that's what it said. Unless I double hit the button, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, man, I listen in all the time, man. But I don't pipe in unless I got something interesting. Plus, like I said, I was focusing a lot on music, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's dude, music. I did for a while there. I did music, or like listen to music, just to kind of like, dude, it was so stressful. All these people, because of TFE, there was just so many people just being a poop head.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to let people catch up.
I was like, yo, I gotta. This is crazy. I don't want none of that.
There's people talking still. I don't hear it as much, but saying they didn't go. It's fake. It's like, dude, why don't y'all look into this shit before you go making these just crazy claims, man? It's like
I know.
You could tell who actually looks into shit and who doesn't. And then you could tell even sometimes who's just following people who don't look into it, which is even worse, dude. I'm all for being skeptical and stuff, but just look at the shit. Go look at their journey, look at their venture, look at everything they did, and then come to that conclusion. Because you won't, once you've seen it all. When you see them holding up GPS like simultaneously, 3 of them holding compasses and all this stuff. I mean, I can go on and on, dude, but all you got to do is look into it, and you pretty much are left with one conclusion. They fucking went.
I think they went. I think they saw what I saw in the video. So
yeah.
I mean, I just, I don't know. It doesn't seem like, I don't know. I was present. See, that's the thing too. I was present for like the, dude, I was communicating to everybody before the trip. Like the night before, I was talking to him. I was like, aren't you going to go to bed? Aren't you getting any sleep? Like, oh, I'm too excited. I can't think straight. What else do I need to pack? Like I was like there the whole time, talking to him up to the point of going, and then in constant communication the whole time. Like and then there were the phone calls and the streams. Well, I just don't.
Yeah, I remember I was getting my information from you, and I sent him a couple messages and got a couple responses, but but not quite on that level. But I did stay in contact with Austin and what you call it, and Jaron and stuff, and they responded and stuff. I forgot what I even said, but it was a couple little short to the point. But yeah, I remember you was in contact. You was relaying all kinds of information and everything. But plus, I mean, he live streamed while he was there, and then you got these clowns talking about Vapegate and all this shit. Like, dude,
bro,
go back and watch that. I painfully went back through hours of it and listened to all of when he first jumped in with and Gio was the first one to ask him. I recorded it, played it, I put it in chronological order where he admitted hitting, having the vape and all that. He never denied it ever. And this one dude makes a fake ass video saying he squatted down, and then Flatzoid claims it, and then Leveler.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Like, this is insanity, dude.
Dude, okay, so check it out. That guy who made the fake video of him crouching down, he cut that crouch down from another part of the video and then pasted it there and clipped it in as if it was one shot. And you know what's crazy? He did it almost instantly. So by the time the video came out, he had already edited it and released it as if proof of something. So whoever that guy is, who is that guy? Because that guy was a psyop. Who is that guy?
Let me tell you where I first seen it, but I don't think, and I'm almost positive. You know Terry from Flat Out Truth or something like that. He played it and promoted it, but I don't. He ain't the one who made it, man. That's as far back as I can get. I couldn't find out who made it. But
I don't know who that guy is. But he had like a radio voice like this. He's like, yeah, look at that. He's faking it or whatever. I was like, who is this guy?
You talking about the guy with the deep? You talking about the guy with the deep voice and the guy who puts out the videos? That's who I'm talking about. Terry or from Flat Out Truth, and he's got a big channel. No, but he ain't the one who. He said he didn't make it. That's what I can't. I can't get past him as far back as I can get.
See, that's so sneaky, man. I don't know.
Sneaky, I know. I don't either.
You know what's crazy is that the speed
when I put my video out.
The speed at which it came out didn't make sense to me.
It did come out quick, but I quickly rebutted it and said, that this came from Terry, and I said, I feel like Terry's an honest man. I feel like when he sees this, that he'll update his maybe not update his stance, but he'll update the truth. That's the name of his damn channel, Flat Out Truth. But I don't think he ever did. And then like on the level, our Level Alerts Observer was was jumping on the bandwagon, like just flat out bullshitting, dude. Like not bold-faced lies, but a couple bold-faced lies, but just bullshitting, dude. Like no, he didn't say that, dude. I mean, he's responding to my video too, dude, that shit's weird. When you show somebody something and you take all the time to get the facts straight, and they still just come up with bullshit. It's like, dude, this is fucking weird. This just don't make sense. I'm not talking to any person that's reasonable at all. Especially if they're supposed to be a same team. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit happened at that time. And it's like, it almost weeded out the assholes, but it weeded me out too. But call me an asshole. But I'm just saying, I had to take a break, man. I couldn't stand like seeing who I thought were my friends just spreading horse shit.
Well, dude, I'm trying to pick up the pieces here, man. Like, there's a bunch of different groups. There's like everybody's split up and divided. The Christians are over here, the anti-truthers are over there, the ether people over here, whatever. I was like, oh, well, let me just try to collect as many cool people at this place as I can from like all the groups. Because I'm just tired of the division, dude. I'm tired of the bad behavior. I'm tired of the division. I'm trying to clean the shit up, dude. Putting the bar of soap in their mouth.
With a lot of them, man. It happened slowly. Like it was, like I just went back and did a lot of research into a lot of the group, dude. And I found out, like I even went back. I think went back and looked into Nathan's shit. Like when his channel was growing, he was debating everything, and then QE comes in with this with the science thing, and he taught us a lot with that. But then he started using it as like chopping off arguments at the fucking ankle and not even letting them get to the knees, just cutting them off, like just using the science thing. And then he starts talking about experiment. And then he's making these claims going against the ether people, which they're reasonable. And I thought the whole thing was reasonable. And all of a sudden they're attacking them. And Nathan Oakley starts attacking them. And they're all talking about these particles and stuff. And I looked in and their whole proof was that the light wasn't a wave. was all bullshit, and he cited a couple like the photoelectric effect. He calls that an experiment. He calls the Compton scattering an experiment. All this shit about experiments, and I looked it up. And when I confronted him, he's like, "No, that's not an experiment." And then I went back and looked at him saying it over and over, citing them.
It's an experiment. It's an experiment. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, dude. So this is, but I tried to tell Nathan, and he's just all for cutting arguments off at the bottom of your feet. He don't even go up to the ankles. It seems like he cuts it off. Just thinks the angle itself just proves a globe, and that's just not reasonable, man. It's not reasonable, and you're never going to get anywhere with any kind of conversation or debates when you're muting and shit like that. The way you mute, it's just hard to even watch, dude. But I always hope that they come around, and then next thing you know, QE and Nathan are having a falling out. I tried telling Agent, I was like, dude, your channel was going up and up and up, even after the censorship and all that. And then this guy starts, and all of a sudden people start leaving, And I don't know. I don't never call people like agents or shit like that, man. Rarely, but I'm suspicious of a couple of people as of lately. I'm suspicious of a couple because it's like, I don't know, man. It's like hard to believe some people can be so unreasonable. I don't know. I try to be humble, man. Like,
well, I'm not here to. I mean, I have my ideas and theories and stuff, but the way I run things here is this place is it's just an open platform. Whether I think they're whatever they are or not, they're welcome to come here.
Yeah, you got to be that way.
I have an area for creators alone. So, McToon wants to do an event here soon. I've done Nathan Oakley here twice already, and it's been a big blowout. Dude, we had over 60 people here just on Friday, just Nathan Oakley. Isn't that crazy? I can't even believe he pulled that many people. 60 fucking people.
Yeah, dude, he's got a loyal following and shit, man. Dude, I mean, dude, I've seen it when he was in here. I didn't join, but I watched it, and I look at his shit from time to time, just waiting on him to just update a little bit, like we've always done. We've evolved, but I understand that's the situation. You got to be neutral, or else you're not going to have any chance at all for anything. That's how we all should be to a certain extent, man. We need to all be a little bit patient and neutral and humble, man. Like we've learned a lot as we came, and then some of the shit we thought we knew, we had to modify or recant, and some people are not willing to do that, man. And I have a hard time loyally following some people who aren't willing to humble themselves, man. This is an evolving topic, in my opinion. But I understand your situation, man. That's the only way that it's going to work. Plus, that's how you are anyway, dude. For the most part.
Well, because how it works is that they'll bring in a few dozen people, and then I'll get a couple. I'll grab a couple of them, and they'll be in the live stream, and they'll be cool. Everyone else will leave, but a couple cool people will stay. And that's kind of the idea, right? Is like you're not gonna change anybody's mind. But at least you can associate with them. You can create like a fellowship, some togetherness, and then over time you can just kind of show them what you're into and see what they think about it. It's just. But if you're divided, there's no communication. There's just a bunch of hate groups.
Dude. Right, and here looking back, dude, it was QE with his science shit. Like I said, it's helpful when I will agree that. It was very helpful. I did learn a lot from him about science, the scientific method, all this stuff, and because Glover's were throwing that shit in our face, talking about science. Science says it's just that'd be their answer for almost anything we bring it up to them. They'd be like hundreds of years of science and shit. You'd be like, hold on, you even know what science is? So it was great for a time, but then it got where it just was being used to just just stop arguments, just stop anything from progressing. It just got out of hand. But I wanted to ask you a question. And there's another thing. Like I'm one of the people who promoted the thing about the angles and how the engineering software won't, you know, it says, can't compute when you try to do angles on the sphere surface and shit. There's certain things you got to do to. I learned that there's certain things you got to do to compute it. It doesn't know that you're invoking some gravity or some bull. But anyway, point is, let me ask you a question just to see where you stand. And if you don't want to answer, that's fine. But you probably wouldn't mind. Do you think that measuring an elevation angle proves that the Earth is flat?
No. No.
That's that. I mean,
Me personally,
don't that sound kind of absurd?
I think okay, so I'm a little bit different than everybody though. I think the entire sky is an apparent phenomena. No different than looking through a diode or some kind of lens. The sky itself is just a big lens, so nothing is literally where you see it. It's literally not where you see it. So the sky culminates. Yeah, the sky culminates a perception of what's above it or what's in it or whatever, and then we see that. But nothing is where you see it from the sky, from where you're at. Nothing is there where you see it.
I've considered that, man, but that doesn't change. I mean, to me, it was like a higher dimension, even like a fourth dimension, because you can't mathematically transform the globe to the flat Earth. That's why I like Toon and them love challenging, making bullshit challenges, which I've come about as close as you can to map it out to pretty much to solving, with the celestial navigation, all that shit. I did it good enough to give him his fucking location, in the challenge. But I ain't saying he owes me 10 grand or nothing because I seen his bullshit rules. But still, I wanted to do enough to where he couldn't keep saying flyers can't do this, can't do that. But it didn't work. It didn't shut him up. But I ain't got no problems with him, man. Just kind of talking a little bit of shit. But I want to say, so I figured, dude, even if it is just some type of phenomena like you're saying, that doesn't really change anything. Like it still nagged at me, and which is why I started modeling. I'm only glad I started doing the models like well before the TFE, because they started to act like you're only doing that because of the TFE. It's like, well, no. I was doing this before TFE, but we've seen the two rotations, the modeling and all that stuff. People love the easy out, just trying to come up with some stuff, But anyway, my point is that no matter what the sky is, though, it's reliable. It's reliable, and I believe that every star or sun, moon, whatever, I believe there's only one point on Earth that it's directly over top of you. So there could be some curved routes. Curved routes getting there, but I think that let's say that if you're under Betelgeuse, and let's say 5 people go to converge to you, from all different directions around you. Let's say 1,000 miles in every direction around you, and everybody converges to Betelgeuse. If everybody goes to Betelgeuse, just follows it. Let's just freeze time for a second. And if we could do that and everybody converge, they'd all wind up with you under Betelgeuse, right there. And wherever that point is on Earth, then no matter what the shape of the Earth, that you could put a flag in the ground, because that's where Betelgeuse is at that point in time, right there. And it will be next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. And so I believe there's only one point that I don't necessarily think it has to be a perfectly straight path for everybody to take to get there. I see wiggle room as far as, maybe some declination or some bendy shit, refracted type of stuff where it may be taking some semi-curved paths, but for the most part, I think it's going to be for the most part, a straight path getting to you who are standing directly under Betelgeuse.
I mean, that's a
And-
bold claim. That would be cool if it's true. I don't know, man. The Beetlejuice thing. Yeah, I think the whole sky is apparent. So I would need to know way more to make a claim like that. So maybe you got something.
Well, I had to learn Cellnap to do his challenge, and I don't really recommend it because it's a colossal fucking waste of time. But it's cool to learn. I mean, if you got the time to put in, but it's kind of pointless. It's kind of pointless knowledge. But I did learn a lot with the almanac. I mean, when I first looked into it, I thought that you could just look it up and say, hey, what's the GP for this star, and the almanac would tell me, or Google would tell you. I mean, no, that ain't how it works. It'd be a book as high as a freaking kitchen table, man. That ain't how it works. You have to do some small calculations. It tells you where Aries is basically, where it is at the first point, like the first second of the first hour of the first day after the vernal equinox every year, where it is right there at that point in time. That's what it follows. So you just got to calculate what star you're looking at from its position from Aries, and that will tell you where every star is. I might not be doing a great job explaining it, but it's with the sun and moon now, you can get GPs all the time of where they are, but it ain't so simple with the stars. You gotta do a little bit of calculation, just a little addition or subtraction, basically, to see if it's depending on what side of Aries the star you're referencing is on, whether it's ahead of it or behind it. And then it tells you it'll tell you and this is why it does that, because every star is a certain point from Aries. It circles right around with it. So all they have to do is chart its position according to Aries, and then all they have to do is track Aries, and you just go to the star chart, and see where it is compared to Aries, and you can figure out where every star is and then you get it'll give you the declination and the azimuth, basically. So it all works out. But anyway, like I said, it was cool learning it and everything, but it pretty much brought me to the conclusion that they're reliable. They're pretty freaking accurate too.
Yeah. I think it's apparent. I think it's super reliable, but I do still think it's apparent. That's just my opinion. I mean,
sure, man, it is.
I agree look, if we shoot stuff up and like the highest we can go up is like what 60, 70 miles. What else? What's happening up there?
70 miles. That's what I think,
dude.
Yeah.
Like if it gets so cold, I mean, what's the gas gonna do? I think it turns into a fluid, dude. I think there's a big
fluid,
there's a big pool of fluid up there, and that's causing this like super duper refractive lens that makes it so that everything we see is just like kind of different.
Yeah, it does do. Yeah, that super fluid does do funny things with light, dude. It does do that, and plus it does have some cool characteristics. Rocky talks a lot about it, and you go back and I seen what you call it, the old globe buster. What's his name? Oh my god, dude! I'll choke myself out for not remembering his name, from South America. Freaking oh man, that's sad. I can't even remember one of my old favorites.
Well, dude, we've been split up for so long, we can't even keep our stories straight anymore. It's been like years.
Not Ferrari Rodriguez.
Landucci?
Yeah, Landucci, man. What's up, man? But
what's up, bro?
Yeah, Landucci, like he brought that up. He showed some clips, and so I did some research into that and found some interesting stuff, man, on that, man, and it does do some funny things with light, man, and how it's zero viscosity, they say, and they show it seeping through glass, like the best beakers and stuff. It's hard to maintain and all that, but it could be that up there, man. It would almost have to be, because when you start hitting them tights, that's what the rockets show, like them sounding rockets. They show damn near absolute zero temperature. So what would you have up there? You'd have hydrogen and helium, is what
Right.
you'd have to have.
Right.
You know?
And they shoot, they go super fluid at like 4.3 something Kelvin, and they've got 2.5 Kelvin, like 270 Kelvin or something up there. So
yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I
Man.
think it's, look, I'm not going to say one way or the other, but I think that's probably what's going on.
It's cool. It could be. I mean, it's an interesting thought. Is Ruhip still here?
Yeah, he's right here.
You got to admit, man, that's a pretty interesting thought, man. When you put two and two together, man, like with them rockets, going up as high as they can, pretty much. From what we've seen, they go up about 70, 72 miles, 73. It's like the record a long time ago was like 60, and then 62, and then it went up like 67. And I mean, it just trickles up, man. It's like they get a certain amount of speed, and then they just, I guess, coast up as high as they can get. But
the record's the moon.
Yeah, of course the record's the moon. But you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about amateur shit, man. Just the best amateur stuff, and semi pro, we'll call it, man. The rich kids with the money, the rich kids and their rockets, man. And
how hard it'd be to get into that amateur stuff? Like, have you ever seen them guys that have them like 10-foot tall amateur rockets that they get out and launch?
Yeah, they're bigger than that, man. I'm talking like the sounding rockets. They were sending them up. This is from Germany and shit. And they're the ones with the gauges and stuff, and they're registering almost absolute zero, like up to, I think, 270 Celsius or 470 Fahrenheit or some shit. It was real close to absolute zero, and they had the record for a while. I don't know if anybody broke it, but it was like 70 miles or something. But they're pretty big rockets, man. I think they're about 20, 22, 23 feet tall, something, if I'm not mistaken, man. If my memory stands, that's what I remember them being, a little over 20 feet, which is pretty damn tall, dude.
Yeah. Big rock.
But I have to double check that, man. And yeah, the record's the moon. I mean, I could ask a lot of questions about that, man.
It's just being silly. It's just acting, just
the record's the moon. This guy.
Hey, how about this, man? I remember this, but way before Flat Earth. And because I mean, me, like probably most other people in this topic, whatever side, was real into like the wormhole shit, the universe, all that, and watching and just trying to learn. And but I remembered something a long time ago, and this was just a show. It was like a PBS show, and I can't find it for the life of me. But it had the astronauts on the space shuttle, and they were talking about how high they had went, and it had one of the astronauts. I don't even remember his name or nothing, but he was his testimony was that they went up and they were able to make it like almost 300 miles, or just over 300 miles above the Earth, and they started seeing spots and shit. Like they started getting faint and seeing the little spots everywhere, and like their vision kind of going dark and everything, and they were told to turn back around, or I think he said they were told, or either they just did because they couldn't go no further like they were getting. That's a weird thought, like and then you hear some things like they're saying that you can't leave Earth, you hear like Bill Nye saying shit like that, but I'm wondering what that was. I wish I could find it because I wasn't so super skeptical back then.
The spots that they see, they think are high-speed particles coming from the sun, and they interact with their eyeballs.
The cause for concern and the starting to feel fuzzy and shit like that. Like it's almost like they're losing their tether with Earth or some shit.
I've never heard them.
Like.
I've seen a lot about it. I've never heard them say they felt weird or different or anything. They
probably
just
15 years ago, man. 20 years ago. This is back when they were flying the space shuttle, man.
Yeah. But I've heard them talk about seeing the spots and stuff, the flashes. Even when they close their eyes, they still see them.
Yeah, crazy. And they turn around. So I think, hey, if anybody's by computer, look up the record. Like, what's the highest the space shuttles went? They might find it. I think it was like 330, maybe. 310, 330.
And you don't
This is
turn
so long
you
ago.
don't turn around. It's not like you're in a car.
Yeah.
You just
Trust me, I can say a lot that don't do.
but
in my
I
opinion,
understand
but
what you're saying though. You mean they told them like, come back home or something.
no, they literally slammed on brakes, bro. they let out the parachute, dude. No. But dude, there's so many contradictions, man. But I mean, I'll try to think of a fun one to bring up, dude, so we can keep it friendly, man. Just a question, like, well, no, I don't know how far y'all would be ideal to maybe touch on some of the juicier subjects because y'all are a little bit skeptical, like Ruhif Cole. Like, I recognize y'all as semi-skeptical about some of their shit, you know.
I'm skeptical about history.
Sure. But there's a lot of contradictions, man, if you ask me, man. Maybe not direct, blatant contradictions, but what do you think, how percentage are you confident in their probes to other planets, Cole?
100%.
What percentage confidence? You're 100% confident. So you're 100% confident that about their readings of Jupiter and how it rains, how their atmosphere, what their atmosphere is made of, and how it rains diamonds and shit.
I don't know about raining diamonds, but
well, that's what the
they say their
probe says.
atmosphere is. I mean, I've literally got a model of the lander, this latest lander that landed on Mars with the helicopter on my shelf up there.
Oh, what happened?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Did you drop out?
And you can't say 100%.
No, he's still,
That's not even an honest answer, dude. I mean, especially
I have no doubt whatsoever.
Yeah, if you can't say you're 100% confident in it, dude, that puts you on a kind of a shit level, dude. Like 100% sure that they're fucking that there's a fucking a robot on Mars. You can't be 100. You gotta save your soul with fucking like 0.1% or something, dude. Man, come on.
Well,
dude.
99% then.
No, I'm accepting nothing less than 98. No, I'm just kidding, dude. It is what it is, and I got the point, dude. But yeah, you got to reserve some level of skepticism when it comes to claims like that, man. Because I remember when they first started coming out with this stuff, and it's basically it's to me it's possible that they just have a model. They have a universe, inside of a supercomputer, basically, that they can pretty much do any journeys and shit like that. I think it works pretty damn good. And I think it works good enough for them to simulate anything within anything reachable realistically. I think when that black lady pretty much mathematically cracked the dark matter code. Pretty much that was when they perfected they're probably constantly working on it, but I think that's when it was good enough to, let's say, a moon mission and shit like that. When she came up with the math for the dark matter corrections and shit.
It wasn't the dark.
Was it back in the early 60s?
It wasn't the dark matter. It was trajectories in space to the moon.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the model. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying it led to whatever missions and whatever probes and everything else. Once they had a model that good of the solar system, of the galaxies and all that shit, then it was, to me, it was fakeable at that point. Whether they did or not, I'll reserve my judgment at this point. But I'm just saying, I don't think they went to the moon. I think it's kind of laughable, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit if it wound up being a glove. If you took me up high enough to see it, dude, I still, dude, that shit they should. Okay, I'll even say this, and I'll say this. So maybe they did go, but what they're showing us damn sure fucking ain't it. I mean, it's insulting, dude. So some of the shit they showed us, dude, with the golf and the motherfuckers bumbling around and shit, and dude getting up with no hands.
Hey, Brian.
crazy.
I don't want to step on your flow, but could you maybe dial back on the language just slightly, please, a little bit?
Yeah, man.
I'd appreciate it. We're trying to be a little bit better about that here. Not the enthusiasm, just the language.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it, dude. I'll try and be more conscious.
No, that's cool. Like, I mean, you're not wrong though. I mean, it's kind of a leap. I mean, what, we're playing golf on the moon all of a sudden, first time around. We're like, playing pro sports on the moon. What's going on?
Well, they didn't play golf on the moon. A guy hit a few golf balls with a pieced together golf club.
Where's the picture of the Masonic flag? Where's that?
He couldn't even hit it two-handed. He had to swing it one-handed.
That was a joke, dude. Yeah. I mean, you've seen the flashes of the wires. I showed 3 of them myself. And I mean, I've got a few videos. I dug deep into Collins and when he was interviewed, when he said he don't remember seeing any, the question, and people have tried to give this saying what he asked. They're trying to confuse 2 different interviews, which I could crush either one. But no, in the interview, I've showed it word for word. Did you see any stars despite of the solar corona? And what he said is, I don't remember seeing. They said you could see a couple planets, but I don't recall. He didn't really answer. He said, I don't recall seeing any. And Collins said, I don't remember seeing any. I don't remember seeing any. So whatever question.
That's funny.
To Armstrong, hold on. Whatever question is to Buzz Armstrong or Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin does not apply to Chris Collins because he wasn't
Michael Collins, not Chris Collins.
Michael Collins. So he was in the orbiting. So he would have been in complete darkness. Dude, the only thing he had to do was look at this magnificent show.
Right. If you'll let me respond for a second, I'll say something.
Go ahead. That was it.
I've got Michael Collins's book up there on my shelf. It's called Carrying the Fire. And in his book that he wrote, he specifically describes going around the back of the moon by himself while Neil and Buzz was on the surface. And he specifically describes how beautiful the sky was and how many stars he could see as he went around the back of the moon.
Yeah, I'm sure
he also describes how lonely he was because he was the only person at that moment that far away from Earth all by himself. And
when did the book come out?
Yeah, because that interview
it's pretty old. The foreword was written by. Hold on a minute. Here, let me get it.
Well, I'd be curious to know if it came out after. I mean, how long after?
When Collins was asked that question, that was their first press conference. So this was still fresh on his mind. So whatever he remembers, later down the line, in the first press conference, when they looked like somebody peed on their Cheerios, he said he didn't remember seeing any period.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's my point. Is that it would be easy to add that into the book.
Thought that was Neil Armstrong that said that.
Well, they all sat there and agreed.
He did.
And you do realize that
I don't remember seeing any.
You do realize they didn't get off their ship and have that press conference. They spent 2 weeks or 16 days in a containment capsule because they wasn't for sure at that point, because they were the first ones to go to the moon, if they had picked up anything that would make people sick or anything. So they kept them in quarantine for almost 2 weeks when they got back.
Yeah, but it was the first press conference. Do you remember seeing the stars in Sicily or space? This is his answer. In Sicily, or the area between the Earth and Moon, he said, he was explaining, he described it as Sicily. He said that's the area between the Earth and the Moon. He said he don't remember seeing any planets. He don't remember seeing any stars. He's not sure whether you could see any of these other planets. And then Collins looked over and said, I don't remember seeing any. And Neil mumbled something to him. And that was the first press conference. So he was referring to the area between the Earth and the Moon.
If you look at the chat,
you got the guy's accent right who asked the question. but you forgot the part where he was asking specifically about when they observed the sun's corona at that location.
But that's a different interview, dude. That's a different interview.
No, it was the same
I
one.
can show you. Yeah, it's the same guy too, and it's two different interviews. That dude from. Go ahead.
In this book, the foreword was written by Charles Lindbergh. So this book is pretty old. I posted a picture of it in the chat. The book itself's not old. Obviously, it's a recopy of the book because I bought it new. But this is a really, really good book. I really enjoyed this.
That's cool, Cole.
What he said was, I could quote him almost. He said, I don't remember seeing any stars in Sicily or space, the area between the Earth and the Moon. But I heard you could see a couple of planets at certain times of year, but I don't recall. And he said he literally just. In fact, I'll post a little video if you don't believe me. I do know what you're talking about. A different question when they were doing the where they were looking at the sun and trying to get the shots, blocking it out and looking at the corona. But this wasn't that question. This was the first question, and Neil Armstrong specifically answered that he couldn't see any stars on his way to the moon in Sicily. So I'll post it real quick. I didn't edit it. I went straight to the source. But maybe if they did go, like I said, what they're showing us is and how they did it is not it, dude. Maybe they got some shady program. They don't really talk about. There's nobody in the public eye. Maybe they're just the spokespeople. Maybe they do got technology. To me, they've got platforms up there, out of sight. I know they got. It's probably been building and building and building. I'm sure they got some pretty huge stations up there by now, just by connections and stuff. I would hope they have that shit.
$1974 is when this book was written.
Okay.
Not obviously the one I got. Like it is a new copy of it, but the original was written in here. I'll post the page here. If I get a better picture of it.
Yeah, thank you. That's cool. You have that.
Oh, I got all kinds of stuff like this. I've got a damn library of moon landing stuff.
Dude, I got so many videos, it's hard to even find anything in specific, dude. I got I think 470 something videos going way back, but this one's called Astronaut Olympics. I've got a couple of them but that's the one where I went right to source, pulled it up. It's called Astronaut Olympics.
Astronaut Olympics. Yeah, that was when they went to the moon. What was that? 15, something like that. And they were having the Olympics on Earth at the same time, so they got the big idea that they were going to do the Moon Olympics or the Astronaut Olympics.
That's the name of my video, man. That's the name of my
there's
video.
An actual thing. There's an actual thing called that they called the Moon Olympics, I think, or the Astronaut Olympics.
I only said that because so many astronauts are saying they could see stars, and so many of them are saying they can't. And Buzz, I had to put on both teams because he said he could and he can't. And now I'm gonna have to put Collins on both teams now. Neil Armstrong, I give him an extra vote because he's like the legend of the whole lunar stuff, and he gives pretty much tries to tell the class gifted students, he says pretty much that if you could see, there's a lot to learn, so much to discover if you could just see past truth's protected layers, his last speech, encrypted message. And anyway, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm still trying to find this video. I just called it Astronaut Olympics because I keep score of each astronaut's testimony.
There really was I think it was 15, if I'm not mistaken. They went during the when the Olympics was going on Earth, so they got the big idea. That was when they were doing the jumping that you all act like can't be real, when they were taking turns jumping up in the air, and one of them jumped really higher than I guess he meant to, and when he came down, he just about fell over. Another one told him to stop acting silly, but I can't remember which one it was. I don't want to quote names because I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about. The guy on the other side of the rover.
Well,
When
they were
that
both on they were both on camera when they were doing it.
yeah, but he was partially on camera. The guy you're talking about. I think if I'm thinking of the same thing. But here it is, astronaut Olympics. Okay, I'm gonna share this. I'll put it in wide chat. It's a funny video, whether even if you don't believe it or not. You know, I mean, there's really nothing to believe or not. Leave it up to the viewer. But I just take what they say, just their testimonies on whether we can see stars or not. I just take what they say. If you want to just interpret it whatever way you want, that's fine. I just let them say it, and I score for whatever side, whether they can or can't. I give a point to each, and it's a pretty tight race, man, of whether you can or can't.
It's called the Lunar Olympics. That's what they called it. It's Apollo 16, Charlie Duke, and
Yeah, I told you it was Duke. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
but that's what they called it. They were on the moon. They called it the Lunar Olympics.
Yeah, I led off with the guy saying, "Did you find the surface was equally hard? And could you, in space, could you see the stars in despite of the glare?" But the guy with said, yeah, they have him asking questions in a couple interviews. Man, he must have some pull or whatever. It almost seems like they did that other one just to kind of make up for that one. Like they knew they mucked up, so they kind of bent the question a little bit to give somewhat of an excuse. But Neil Armstrong answered pretty clear and right to the point. You know, so it's at the beginning of the video too. If you want to just watch it, you'll see what he says specifically, uncut, unedited, in the first 30 seconds. If that, I put it in wide chat.
They were on the lit side of the moon, and which would have meant the sun would have been in the sky over their heads. Would they have seen stars? I don't know how that would work.
This video kind of answers that question. That sometimes you would, and depending on who you are, we were never able to see. That's I can quote him right now because he's talking it. Could you actually see the stars despite the glare? We were never able. We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or the daylight side of the moon. Hold on, then he says, without looking to optics.
What? Just say that again. They were never able to see stars. What?
From the lunar surface or the daylight side of the moon.
Or the daylight side of the moon. So the whole time they were on the surface, which would have been daylight, or the daylight side.
I remember seeing any. But I didn't read the whole thing. But that's what he said at first.
I got the timestamp from the conference where he asked the question, and he asked two questions. So you got to wait for them to answer the first question, and then they answer the question about seeing stars.
Yeah.
Where's it?
Yeah.
I got it here.
Does that make a difference?
No, that's where I got it from. So it won't make any difference because that's, like I said, I went to the source for this one.
Well,
if you put a video up, I try to.
And I got it right here.
Yeah, I posted it too.
4717.
Double checking because I didn't edit it. I let him say what he had to say. And in fact, I didn't put any words in his mouth or take any away. And in fact, I didn't do that with any of these astronauts. I just scored them on what they said. That's simple. Pretty funny video, man, to me.
What's the cheat for adding a timestamp to the end of a? What's that query? Or question mark?
See, but none of this information will really ever get out. I mean, look, in all its glory, 257 views. You know, it's been out for a couple of years. In all its glory, it's even a kind of funny video, man. If you're skeptical, or maybe you could make excuses for them, whatever. It's worth the watch. But yeah, in all its glory, 257 views. So just almost a big waste of time, man. All these videos I made trying to be as neutral as possible anyway, and at least not make too many definitive claims. At the end of all of them, trying to say you be the judge, you know, trying to not get too stupid about it, and they just, you know, they're just boxed in, man. It seems like after all them years, you know, building up just sub by sub by sub, just one at a time, all the way up to like 13 or 1400, dude. There's like years and years, man. And it's just going nowhere, man. It's just frustrating.
Did I
Let
click on
people
the
make up
wrong
their own
one?
mind.
The one that I clicked on, it wasn't. I didn't see no timestamp on it.
I
It just
did it
started at the
wrong.
beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the query wrong.
Just give me the time, and I can just skip to it.
47:17.
Okay. I got it.
It's
Where'd you post it at, man?
hold on, I'm fixing you do ampersand T equals.
Hey,
Then
did y'all hear me? Did y'all hear me just now talking about how my channel, how I built up one subscriber at a time for like so many years, get to
Yep.
like 13,
Yeah,
1400?
it comes through.
I didn't know. I didn't know if I was on mute. But
Yep.
yeah, I was just whining because nobody was talking. But where are you posting this stuff at?
White chat.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There we go. Yeah, I got it. The second one's a timestamp. The one I labeled testing.
I've spent quite a bit of time, dude, going back to the source instead of just playing. It would have been a lot easier to just play what other people had put up. I think one of them I did, but it was pretty popular, and nobody would deny the guy's quote. But I went to the source. I think, if I'm not mistaken, on this one video, I went to the source for all their testimonies where they came from, man, and just kept score. Called it the Astronaut Olympics. It even includes Buzz Aldrin's appearance on Sesame Street. That's why I gave him an extra vote.
You guys remember? Yeah, George Carlin on Sesame Street talking about how they faked the moon landing. That was classic. I love that.
That
and how they got
Shining Time Station.
what?
George Carlin, Shining Time Station, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Okay, I remember the Sesame Street one where they had where they're showing the library. I mean, I think it was in the intro where they show the library where it's got the fiction section with the globe right next to it. The like, dude, how could they put that in the freaking opening and not change that or catch that? Like the globe's right next to the big fiction sign. That was almost probably just a heck of a coincidence, but pretty funny. If you're,
Did you ever hear that story about the woman who was watching footage of them walking around on the moon, and they said that there was a Coke bottle on one of the rocks.
there's a letter C on another one of the rocks, plain as day.
Oh yeah, like a prop. Yeah, like a stage prop. Yeah.
Yeah, stage prop. Yeah, they letter them and number them, and they accidentally had one turned upside down. It's an accident, you know. It seems like they gave some subtle little clues. Seems like, but I could be overreading.
Okay, I'm
Hey, is
uploading
Rue
this
still
video
here?
now.
You still here, Rue?
Oh, I think he just dropped. But if you ping him, he'd probably come
Good.
back. Hold on,
He's
let me
probably
see.
listening. Is there
Rue.
any way for him to listen if he drops? Is this being broadcasted anywhere?
I mean, yeah, it's going on YouTube, but
Okay, good.
but the YouTube doesn't make the sound of people dropping because it's just
Yeah, that's
annoying.
fine, man. I'm just asking in general because to me it's very important to be able to hold each other, not just other people. Me, I want to even hold myself accountable for some of the claims we make, and to me it's important to document it somehow, and that no better way than YouTube or some platform. So yeah, that's cool. So that guy Left Lane, he just says anything, man. So when he just runs his mouth, man, we can pull it up and pin him down. What's up, Howard?
Oh man, yeah, you got him. That's funny.
Taylor, I enjoy watching you, Taylor. I like you got you keep a calm demeanor. You level headed, and you usually bring some stuff that at the very least they have to go and check before they can try and do any rebutting. Like I see you stumping them sometimes with I can tell just by what you're presenting. You're putting in a ton of work. I've done that. I've been there in my own way anyway, but I do appreciate what you're doing. And I wanted to say thanks and enjoy your shit. Excuse my language.
Did you want to talk to Ruhif or no? Because he's still available.
No biggie, man. No biggie. I was just
Okay.
I've got 34 comments on the last video I made, or the one before last. I just put out 2 of them, I think. But it's been a while. But I need to look at the comments probably before I ask him this question because he might have already responded. So like I said, there's only like 105 views and 34 comments. So he probably commented. I was just going to ask him if he's seen the latest model, because no matter what he says, he's going to have to agree it's better than the last one. I would think. I mean, there's still some areas of improvement. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but it's getting better each time. I believe. Wanted to get his opinion. Say what you want. If you are in a debate with a Glober and you're debating anything of the sort, anything on topic, then you're going to do way better. You're going to save yourself a lot of humiliation with a model like that, because then they're going to have to start talking about distances, and then they're going to have to break out a ruler instead of saying, that it's 3 times too far in the south and all that. Like if it's off, it's pretty close, and then you necessitate a 24-hour Antarctic sun. You necessitate the sun going clockwise and counterclockwise. You necessitate, all the things that they love to complain about. The model covers it. There are some questionable things, but they're not blatant areas for them to attack. As the AE model. I would think an honest Glober, knowledgeable on the subject, if you ask them which model is better as far as debating or whatever, which one works better, which one closer resembles reality, I think it's a landslide. The dual bowl is 1,000 times better than the single. They're both AE basically, but than the single.
That's what I'm hearing. But Ruhif is trying to use plane flights to feel more confident.
Well, he's got to see. Oh, dude, I put Australia 6. Here's the thing, like the way they had Australia or Hawaii in the map was you got to look at the model itself. Go to Google Earth and so if I'm, let's say, in Cuba or something like that, or if I'm even in Miami and I go to Hawaii, okay, it's south of me, right? Not much, but it's a few degrees south of me in Jacksonville, especially. But Google Earth, if you're going to take a straight shot, you're going to head north. You know, it's going to curve you back down, but that represents a straight line of sight. Is Google Earth? Their directions represents a direct line of sight. So where I'm standing, say if I'm in Miami, I've literally got to travel north. I got to start north. So on this model, you don't curve back down. You just keep going north. So that puts Hawaii way up by the top, which ain't that far from Australia, not near as far as Australia.
Would you like me to plot some routes?
I don't know if I included it though, man. Dude, did you see my video, Rue?
Probably.
My latest one. Okay, it's my latest dual pole, but I think I forgot. I did all this stuff to put Hawaii, you know, at its proper longitude, and I think I forgot to add it when I did some stacking. I think I accidentally took it out. It might be in there, but it's pretty close to the globe measurement. I mean,
is the main airport in Cuba would be Havana, would it?
Thanks, sir.
All right. Then airport. Jose Marti. All right.
How many different flights have you projected, Ruhif, for the dual pole?
I've got about 25 airports in my file, so yeah, a few.
Brian, you're saying Hawaii is west of the United States on the dual pole? Or is it east of China?
No, it's like north west on a dual pole, because like I said, you take the same you pretty much take the same path as you start off on like you're going to head up, like you're going from Florida like up to Nevada almost, and it puts you en route where you pass Alaska too when you're so you pretty much just go from like the middle of California up past just barely to the left of Alaska, like pretty much the routes show, and that's the longitude it goes on. Which puts it up high on that map. I just posted it, but I'm not sure if I got to double check and see if I got Hawaii in there. But yeah, it puts it way
Can
close.
we do a longer flight? I didn't know Cuba was that close to to Miami. 500 Ks.
What? It's like 90. Oh wait. I'm thinking from Key West. It's about. I'm gonna have to guess about 350 miles, maybe.
Yeah.
400 miles. Close.
It's not going to be. It's not going to tell you anything about the shape of the Earth.
Yeah. Let me tell you a story, dude. A quick one. I'll make it quick. But the first time I went to Key West, I was with my brother-in-law not long after my sister got married. But anyway, and my girlfriend. But me and him rented a boat, and so we wanted to find the reef. And dude, it's a miracle we even found anything. Sure, we had a little, I think, an 18-footer. And so we figured this. We pictured ourselves in Florida, so we figured the reef wrapped around. So if we just travel what we thought was east, or even if it was southeast or whatever, we would have to cross the reef, and we'd see the markers for it, right? But we traveled, and looking back, we were going about probably 15, 20 miles an hour, maybe at least 10, or for about 4.5 hours. So when we went to ask somebody, we were like, hey, where's the reef, man? We can't find it. They were on a boat, kind of like a fishing boat, and they responded in Spanish. And we're like, oh, shit. So we just turned we turned back around, and by the time I figured it out and figured out how long we'd been traveling, how far, like it didn't take long. We're like, dude, we are on our way to damn Cuba, dude. We weren't really that. We probably made it about 20 miles from Cuba because it's like 90 miles from Key West, and our dumbasses we're heading right to Cuba. But I learned so much since then. That's when I was pretty much a kid, but never did find the reef that trip.
Whenever I go to Hawaii, we're like flying to California first. I thought you'd like go more south, but you have to go to California. I wonder what the routes are.
Yeah, well, the emergency landing from Hawaii to LAX, I think it was. The emergency stop was in Alaska, Anchorage.
What?
So, yeah.
That's so weird.
So yeah, it's you may think you're going south, but
That's
I don't even think
weird.
it's south on a globe. Like I said, the way the Great Circle works, it wraps around, it goes up, and then it shows you wrapping back down. But you got to remember, when you're looking at the Great Circles on Google Earth, that represents a straight line of sight. So whichever way it's pointing, at the end of it is what you're seeing, but the beginning of it is the angle you're looking. It's kind of tricky, but it's the globe reality. So that's when things kind of a little light bulb popped off my head. Like, wait, this makes me contemplate all kinds of things, realizing
So you
that this is
believe in a
representing a straight line.
dual pole? Do you have
I
like
mean,
a GIF of the sun's movement? Because I wanted to share it the other day with somebody, like a GIF of the sun, how it moves on a dual pole.
Let me see. I got a short that I just posted, like a 4-minute video with all my music and stuff. But I'll post a little short.
Yeah, or DM it to me, or just message me or whatever.
Yeah, I'll do both. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, because somebody was actually talking to me about that, and I was trying to explain it to him, and I was like, a picture would do better, but I didn't. Like, I
changed my
wanted a
name,
little
but
GIF or a meme or whatever, and I couldn't find one.
yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna give you a little short. We're gonna share, but I changed my name. But I took a break. But I'm flattered to ask Brian Leak. I remember speaking with you a couple times.
Oh yeah,
Awakenings and
good to
stuff.
see you, brother.
Now I'm sneaky leak. I didn't mean to change my Discord name, but somehow I did. But I'll post a little short with the sun animation and the grid lines and this. Yeah.
Definitely.
I sent
Yeah,
I
I'm
sent you a
actually-
picture that Dave made, but it's not a GIF. I thought it was, but it's not.
Is that your own music in the background of your video, Brian?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
want to do a Star Trail thing in Hawaii.
Do you have a
Like,
Do you have a
where
separate
the Star
music
Trail-
channel, or
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll post that link too. Or I'll post a video that you can link to.
it's like,
Let me see. Yeah, it's starting to do better. Okay, this is a short one. I think I put the grid over it. It doesn't start off with the grid over it, but I do put the grid over it. There's a couple things I've left out on this, but this will give me a good idea. Okay, I'll put it in wide
When,
chat. This is the short version, and
When
I'll
are you
DM it
going to
you.
Hawaii?
Next June.
Oh, okay. Not
I'm sorry,
this June,
this June.
this June.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the year.
My mom
change,
used to
so,
live
yeah.
in Hawaii. She I think that's where she met my dad. She was a nurse over there. Stayed for like I think a few years, something.
I'm looking for cool experiments I can do in Hawaii.
Well,
Definitely.
curvature, like the islands.
900. Yeah, in a Star
Yeah.
Trail video, maybe.
if your husband gets an HF radio by then, he should try and talk to Australia because it should be pretty trivial. And I feel like that would put dual pole kind of on its back heels because Hawaii is about as far as you can get from Australia on a dual pole.
But people,
not
can talk,
really.
people already talk around the world on these radios that on like HF that they're not supposed to reach. They have competitions actually. I was like participating in a
know.
radio club.
This
In a radio club.
this a week from today or this next weekend's winter field day. I know.
Yeah, well then you know all about it. What's the longest
But
communication you've had?
getting from the Midwest United States to Australia is not trivial.
No,
So,
man, you guys see
Hawaii
where
to Australia being not trivial.
Wouldn't that show flat either way because like it's not supposed to reach that far?
No, but that's a different conversation.
Oh, okay.
look, I'm gonna show you where Hawaii is on this model. I can't believe I didn't include it in my video because I got sidetracked and trying to hurry up and put it out. But I spent so much time and to leave out the main thing because I heard Rua talking about Australia to Hawaii, so I looked into it. I looked at and studied the grid system. And I was like, dude, we're putting it in the wrong place. It's way up here. We're going by the right longitude. It's way up here, which puts it way closer to Australia. And then I left it out. But I'm gonna post a little pic of it. But I did post a video with everything else with the sun and then the overlaid grid system. But I'm gonna show a pic. I just put a little mountain for Hawaii, just a little animated mountain where it goes. And I gotta refine it and zero in, but that's the general area. Let's say that.
Can you DM them to me so I can have them in
Yeah, I
the future?
DM'd you I DM'd
Thank
the
you so
short.
much.
Yep. And let me see. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Are you the one that New Perspective did a video with?
I'm not
No.
E1, but I've been sharing information with New Perspective and in E1 about the dual pub. I've been doing it for a long time.
Can you get E1 in here?
For him, but if anybody can, it'd be New Perspective, man. I pretty much go through New Perspective to get to talk with E1. It's been a minute,
Okay.
but I can try.
Okay.
So let's see.
I'll talk to Dave, see if he can do that.
Yeah, so
what
basically
I'd like to do is have like all the dual polars in one spot and do like a big thing on it so that they get it all out at once or something.
Sure.
I think even the concave guy is into dual pole now.
Well, he acknowledges that it's way more realistic than the single pole. That just doesn't work. Let me see. Okay, I got this picture. I'm gonna label it though. So I'm gonna label it.
In Hawaii, it's like a good area to seems like a good area to prove dual pole. Is there any dual pole particular experiments I could do going to Hawaii or in Hawaii?
That's a good idea.
I was gonna say
I have a radio. I have a lot of different equipment.
Bring your theodolite and try and find that spot V ball.
I cannot bring that on a plane, bro. I have a P900. I don't know, man. I can level the P900. Try to like convert pixels to something. I don't know, but that unless somebody wants to play. Oh yeah, go find it if they would like to rent in Hawaii. If you find one, I will. But if anybody wants to pay for the extra luggage for me to, I think it's gonna be like, however much an extra bag is, because I will take like an entire suitcase. I would totally bring it, but I'm not paying like $100 to bring.
How about? Well, look, I've got a lot of people here who are very happy to help.
Yeah, right.
I already thought about putting together like a GoFundMe for people who need microphones. So maybe
if the theodolite's going to make a difference for anything,
it couldn't hurt. I mean, it could just end up being that you add it to your list of things you've already done.
Yeah, well, go ahead and make a GoFundMe for it, and because I'm not paying for an extra bag.
Okay, don't worry about paying for it. If you can plan it far in advance, then it's not last minute and people can put their money towards it. I think you'll be fine.
Okay, check this out. I'm posting it right here, a picture of where Hawaii is. According to the latitude, longitude, and I'll DM it to you too, Taylor. It's just this second one, just a picture. The first one was a short video. And then that'll put you on my channel if you want to see the longer video. I just go month to month and show it.
What could I do to prove dual pole in particular? Think about it.
It'd be risky. It'd be risky because you could disprove it. Just go south and see if you hit Antarctica, but that's not realistic. So I'm trying to think of something realistic. But
Yeah, I don't have a private jet, bro.
south from Hawaii, though, it's not. It's yeah. So I don't want to put you. I don't want to. Like I almost wound up in Cuba, and I'm suggesting you might take a crazier south route than I did. So I'll scratch that off the record. I'll try and think of something though. When are you
I
going?
think we're going from California to Hawaii.
Okay, if you follow the longitude lines, you see like where Hawaii is, and then you move over. That puts Hawaii where, like I said, Alaska is almost in between. It's just barely not in between mid California, and so that makes perfect sense of why it would be why they would stop there for an emergency on any of the models. This one's no different. So what people are assuming is that you go south or southwest, but that's not the direction it is. And according to these longitude lines, according to Google Earth, the globe, and all that, it's way up there, which puts it way closer to Australia, like a half a freaking ocean closer than previously thought. So I'm not saying this model's perfect, but it's getting better. I'm gonna say that it's getting better. The 3-minute video, no, this even the short has the month to month. It shows every equinox. It's got the sun over the. It's got the spring equinox, the fall equinox, the summer solstice, the winter solstice, and the 24-hour sun in the north and in the south. It says, the clockwise east to west, counterclockwise east to west. Pretty neat, man. To me, it's like you get tired of hearing the same old questions, So I'm just trying to get a better model of reality. I'm not trying to sell it, and I'm not going to be upset if people, don't even want to look at it. But to me, if you're serious into looking into this and you want something that better matches reality, this is the best we got right now, and it's getting better.
I just posted the version of the dual pole that Geo's always fallen back to, and it's got Hawaii.
Yeah, I had to correct that.
Way different.
Right. That's why I made this new one mainly was for Hawaii and left it out the freaking video, which I want to choke myself out for doing. But no, you look at the longitude. He's got it at the wrong longitude. He's got it just about 20 degrees or 30 degrees off of mid California. No, it's further. And you see how the longitude lines like spread some. Yeah, it goes. We had it in the wrong place. I never had it that far south. I don't think I ever put it that far south, but I even had it in the wrong place, too far south. He's got the latitude right though, pretty close because it's right just above the Tropic of Cancer, I think.
Maybe surely a star video would help with that, right?
That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to.
Are you in Hawaii?
No.
Okay.
I wish I was.
Yeah, me too. That'd be nice, huh?
I'm in Jacksonville,
Start a
Florida.
GoFundMe for us all to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, let's make a trip out of it and do some investigating.
All we got to do is trick Ruhif to give us a percentage of his money.
A tiny percentage, even.
A very tiny percentage of it. You know what I have noticed though is that I have met anywhere from multi-millionaire to billionaire people, and nobody has put money towards flat Earth research of those people.
Yeah, they're stingy. People with a lot of money tend to be stingier.
You would think though. You would think.
Wouldn't they be the most vested in not tipping the apple cart one way or the other? Like, they are all about status quo at that level. Like,
what are you, a conspiracy theorist?
Yeah.
About rich people? Yeah.
I'll tell you, rich people are stingy. My grandpa has a lot of money, but he doesn't spend a freaking dollar. He'll put duct tape on his front bumper. Like, oh my gosh. Crazy. He's like, well, how do you think I got rich? Because I don't spend. I'm like, come on, Papa. Your family's struggling. Just come on.
Lexus
like-
with duct tape.
He doesn't drive a Lexus.
I mean, it's just a stereotype. Never mind.
He has a Chevrolet.
Cool.
Yeah, my
Oh,
mom's very helpful. He gives her a little extra a month, and she's done what she can. I love my parents. My mom is like, would give me anything she could. She's such a sweetheart. But yeah, I'm going with her to Hawaii, and it's gonna be fun. I want just some experiments to do to prove like dual
In
pole because
6
I
months.
noticed. Yeah,
You have
and
6 months
golly,
to
that's-
prepare. So
Oh
now's the
man, that's
time.
scaring me. Oh my gosh.
Let's put something together and
Have
let's get
to
all the best
saving up.
ideas to see what
I have to plan.
what
I'm just freaking out at the moment. That's so close. I didn't even realize. Like, I have to start planning stuff.
well what first of all, what are you doing while you're there? Is it like just a vacay?
Yeah, I'm going with my family, but I'm going a little early because I want to see. I want to get another island to do an experiment, like with the P900. So I'm gonna have to. I need to plan that out because I need to tell my sister-in-law that I want to fly sooner because I'm gonna have to if I have time to do that experiment with the P900
Okay.
and temperature gradient stuff like that. But golly, it would be nice to have the theodolite, but that would take more money than I don't know. Dude, hauling stuff around is a big problem. Like, oh my gosh,
Is it heavy?
man, yes, it's huge. It's
very
extremely
heavy.
heavy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, is Dan going with you to
Yeah.
Hawaii or
Yeah.
is he going to? Okay, so then
He doesn't want to go. He's like, I
What?
hate vacations. There's so much because we spent like $10,000 on the last trip, like going to the salt flats and doing those experiments. He's like, I hate vacations. There's so much
well, that
money.
was okay. That's different though. You guys went on like a massive road
Okay.
trip and
That was the
stopped a lot
furthest
of
we went.
places.
That was the furthest we went was Utah for that
Yeah.
experiment, and that was quite an endeavor. We were up all night too. It was like we didn't even get to enjoy it really, but it was worth it because man, I'm so freaking pumped. I'm the first person I know of who actually did survey data and accounted for refraction properly. Like I would have, given more to do it. It was so worth
Well,
it.
it'll make more sense when you do your presentation.
It sure will. That's more time.
But
yeah.
I got wired in
is
the wrong
the-
place again.
is the deadline still the end of the month though, or did that get pushed back?
I'm not making any obligations. I'm gonna try my best to do that in a month.
Well, I thought you were trying to put a hard date on it so that you could force yourself, but
Well, only if there was an event scheduled.
are you telling me to schedule one?
I'll think about it. But I do want to do a presentation by the end of the month on that. You have no clue how much I have going on. I just got my teaching assignment too, so I'm pumped about that, but it's no topic. Anyway, if y'all have any advice or ideas in Hawaii, just let me know. Because I'm willing to do new experiments. Within reason.
Okay, I'm gonna try and think of something, Taylor. And I accidentally put it in the wrong place. I sent you a picture, so I'm gonna resend you a place because you figure between 120 and halfway would be obviously 180. Half of 360 is 180. Well, Hawaii is like almost at 160. No, it actually is pretty close actually. But no, it's wrong. I'm gonna update it and send Hawaii because you're gonna get that a lot. And if you put it in the right place, it's they at least gonna have to whip out a ruler.
I'm thinking the stars should give it
Check
away
distances.
because if I'm seeing polar stars or non-polar stars or whatever, like based on like similar location star trails that they say on the globe, like you should be able to compare those. See if it's lining up right. You know what I mean? That would
Yeah,
give
but
a lot of help.
the thing is if it's if it's the light's polarity, like in other words, you've got full rotations pretty much on both sides, and the polarity of the light depending on what side of the equator you're on. There's no stars directly under the equator. That I was fascinated to find that out. Not even
So
one.
it's near the. Is it still near the equator and the dual pole?
Yeah. The equator. It's. Yeah, I'm gonna show you right where it's like 20. It's just under. Let me see. It's just underneath the Tropic of Cancer, and it's at almost 160 west. So that's like 40 degrees past California. It's like almost like if you picture 360 degrees. Okay, you picture 360-degree circle around the north part of the dual pole. So you figure completely opposite's 180, right? Half of 360 is 180. So you're not too far from directly straight across, but it's not 180. It's like 158. So, but that puts it way closer to Australia. But yeah, I think you'd still see all the stars and stuff. But I think if the world was like this, I think you'd run into trouble if you just went directly south. This would destroy this model. If you made it to, let's say, any of the bases in Antarctica, if you traveled, it'd be like a 13, 14-hour flight from Hawaii. But if you made it to Antarctica going south with one tank of gas to any of them places, then that would kill the dual pole. But
So we need to find someone with a plane. Do you know anybody with a plane?
Riggs. Go
not
fund
a
us.
plane that big.
Well, go fund us.
Private plane.
I'm on a commercial plane.
Okay, we'll get a G6 ready for you.
Mm. Well,
We got 6 months to figure it out. Just write down a list of demands.
I'm not going on a plane. I mean, I don't know. If y'all had money for private plane, I don't know. I don't even know if I'd do that. Pretty weird. Scared.
Because if it's what I've got it mapped out, you'd be screwed. It's funny how they don't even go south. Like you look at the old traveler, like the ancients, they like they don't. No, nobody goes south of Hawaii because there's nothing but ocean, you know. And I guess on a globe you'd hit Antarctica. On a flat Earth, you'd hit ice wall, you know. But further out than the AE ice
So
wall.
what's up with the weather? Is it how close is it to Alaska in your thing versus the globe?
Well, it's almost like if you let me send this real quick. Okay, what I'm gonna tell you to do is this. I'm gonna send it right now. So go to what's it called? What's the place we're sending these pictures to? Wide chat or something. Go to I'll tell you what it's called. Go to wide chat right now. And
Yes, sir.
check that out. Okay, so right there, so it's about closer to that.
Okay.
I think the last one I put was too far, and that might be pushing it a little bit, but it's up in that area because like I said, on the maps, you know, even on the globe, you got to put it on the globe, right? So they show it. Their argument was that even on a globe, you're passing almost past Alaska, you know, and on the AE map, you're passing almost past Alaska. This map's no different. This is an AE map, so you're still going to damn near pass Alaska, you know, on all three models. So when we're drawing Hawaii way down there, that's not right. That's a mistake I made a while back, but I've been, you know, trying to correct, you know, trying to make a better and better model, more and more accurate, and I intend to keep doing it because it better matches reality. You could even draw a
Have
clock
you
on
looked
it.
at the flight paths? Have you looked at any of the flight paths to confirm this stuff?
that's what I've been kind of going off of is the flight pass.
You made this?
No, a model made this. I just refined a couple spots in the latitude longitude, but I got it from a program called NIST or NIST or NST. It's a map generator. So they made it, and I've been modifying it. And then the model I posted though, I changed it, but that's what I used. That was my base map, pretty much. Let's say my canvas was the NST.
So would you?
That one, the picture I posted is almost completely NST with only a couple little refinements.
On the latest one you posted 2 minutes ago, to sail directly to Hawaii, would that be like due west of the what's that peninsula south of California?
Yucatan?
Yeah, no. The west side.
Yeah, that's due west almost. That's okay. Almost that's what people have a hard time figuring out, even me admittingly at first. But yeah, that is due west from well, not due west, but it's compass west.
Baja.
From
the Baja.
let's say like San Diego. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's almost due west. It's compass west. Yeah, you go compass west. That's you're gonna go that direction. You're gonna go around. It's relative. Once you get that, I'm not saying you, but other people, then a light bulb goes off and they instantly understand it a lot better. Than they don't ask questions like, "What about the sun going a different direction for a person south?" Like once you realize that south is a circle, and then north is also a circle around each prospective poles. It does raise other questions, like with the stars. But I've got explanations for almost all of it. I think reasonable explanations. But yeah, I think we could probably disprove them, but not for super cheap. But I don't know. Depends if this could catch traction. If we could get everybody, even same teams. What pissed me off about this is like I was like the only person working on this for so long, and I'm like, dude, there's 2 poles. They did go to Antarctica. Okay, I was already working on it before. I was like, let's work on this. Let's try and model the reality that we've, learn as we go. Humble yourself. If we're wrong about something, then let's get it right, and let's try. And nobody's helping me do this. And I'm like, dude, I own a small concrete company, dude. I'm a grandfather, father, provider, and shit. And I'm sitting here trying to spend all this time modeling, and nobody's helping. And it just got overwhelming. I had to take a break, man, because people were talking nonsense. And if we could get any kind of cohesion, then we could get a lot further, I think. It'd be good for either side of the argument. If you're on the globe side or flat earth side, it should be better for the debates in general. It's hard to debate somebody when one person's just throwing. You go to bring something up, and the flat earthers just throwing their comrades under the bus. Like, you didn't go. That's a bunch of bullshit, and it's all fake. It's like, oh my God, how can I take that serious? Like, you obviously haven't went and looked at any of this. Because if you have, you'd know that at the very least, they held up 3 freaking GPS and compasses in Pontus Arenas and showed the sun at like 11 at night. Showed GPS clocks and stuff. And like at the very least, I don't know, man. I'll shut up. I already said this. But I think it's what's worse than people.
If you ever need to chill out, we got a new video I just released. Just something fun to do. Well, I don't know, man. It's up to you. We did this event on are cells real or fake? I just released the video, so.
I see you on video. Oh,
What's up,
brother.
Fury? It's it's rhetorical. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It's rhetorical. It's not. We're not really asking our cells real or fake. I just, obviously the video is about cells.
Dial cells.
Can you believe that, Brian? That we got people. We had like two or three people, I think, that were like, cells aren't real. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Said, wait, what did they say? What ain't real?
They said cells
ain't real. Yeah, I did hear that. And Tayler and Jesse had to get like, what are you talking about? Cells ain't real. That's
Yeah.
and passionately acting like they're stupid for even claiming they are. Like, dude, don't ever be that confident when you're not confident at all. Why you gotta act confident? Just
Wait,
that's
is the contention cells aren't real, or is it single cell organisms?
Oh, I don't know. All I heard was cells aren't real, but
it was cells as a distinct thing, as far as I understood what they were saying.
yeah.
Who was arguing that cells aren't real?
I think
I don't know his name.
one was Steve. Another one was Nazi King.
was one of them.
Yeah. That's right. He was probably the most. Well, no, Steve was pretty adamant too. Both of them. And then Sophia dropped a video in my DM the next day about how cells aren't what they say. So I need to watch that. I forgot about that. But yeah, that's what they said. I don't know.
What is it that splits in half? Like, don't we all had to see that? And how's like mitosis and meiosis? Yeah.
It's fake news, man.
Yeah.
What do they call that thing?
I think cell, like this phraseology of was it cells aren't real, should be more expressly sort of single cell organisms up for grabs.
Or atoms.
To be challenged.
Or maybe atoms, right? So maybe they're confusing the claim of atoms. Yeah,
No, they're not
but maybe that's what they were confusing the claim, because they were debating it pretty angrily, like they were certain, like they were crazy for even believing that. How can you believe cells are real? Like, I mean, it's the way they kind of came across, and I'm like, what? Cells?
I think the contention's mostly single cell organisms.
Some people are too proud to take anything back, man. I have a hard time getting along with people like that. If I'm wrong about something, it sucks, but I got to be wrong and try and correct it. I think that's the better. Ricky, you're exactly like that, dude. Me and you are like almost brothers from another mother, dude. Across the pond.
About what?
Like
what am I exactly like?
I meant to say what you call it, not you, but you too, actually, man. But I'm talking about what's his name? Who was just talking, man? Yeah, him, dude. I like the way you think. I like the way you approach conversations. I like the way you approach with an open mind, and you try not to ever be so certain of anything, and willing to look at whatever, though, man. And Richie's the same way. What's both of y'all's names? Because I think I'm confusing them.
I'm Riggs and he's Ricksky. I mean, I'd say we both. There's a lot of people here who will just entertain an idea, and a lot of places don't do that. A lot of places you'll get snuffed out just for saying something like off the wall, like "What's the topic?" Like okay, sorry.
Yeah, but even if I'm not even talking, I enjoy listening to you. Obviously, I wouldn't be here. And Richie, like I was just giving him a compliment because I like his.
I thought maybe somebody tipped you off to bring you over. I'm glad you decided to commit and come in. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
dude, it's been like a year since I've seen you, dude. Like for real. Since
well, somehow I got your. Like I said, somehow I joined your invite a while back because, like I said, when I went to sign up, I was already signed up. I just never came in and changed the name and all that. So I guess when I finally came in, and it became official. But yeah, I came in Earth Awakenings about 2 or 3 times, just dropped in. Actually, I was in a couple of New Perspectives videos about dual foil, briefly, but yeah, it's been a minute. I hadn't put out much content here and there, but
Well, you
I'm
sound
always
good,
listening.
man. You sound good. So I'm happy that you sound healthy and strong and still thinking about the stuff, dude. That's good. You haven't totally given up.
Yeah, all that TFE didn't help anything, man. It just things kind of went haywire, man. A little too much for me at the time, but things have calmed down, and I'm trying to update my argument accordingly. I had to recant a couple things. I had to eat doo doo on a couple things that I was wrong about. But I started working on the model before TFE. Thank God, like I said earlier, and it's recorded and charted. It's pretty crude, but I kind of we were talking about the 2-star rotations for TFE. Me and Gio back in the day, E1, like we were the pioneers of this junk, man. I feel like we were. But yeah, I've heard you, man, a couple times, and you'd planned on doing this for a while, huh? And you came. I didn't realize how long you had this thing up and going, man. I apologize.
Oh, it's been about 6 months. Yeah. Yeah. Gio banned me.
Planned on it for banned you.
Yeah.
What? Well, I mean, what's his side of that story? You don't mind me asking?
Well, I don't know what he's telling people, but I made a mention that he didn't apologize to me for saying stuff about me, like spreading rumors and stuff. And
man,
and instead of apologizing, he just maniacally started to scream out those same rumors. I'm like, okay. I told him he's wrong about everything, and to him that was offensive because he thought he was doing me a favor by not, like, by allowing me on his server. He was doing me a favor because I'm such a liability or whatever, that he's doing me a favor. And when I said, he's just, you know what, dude, you're wrong about everything. I don't know why I keep giving you a chance. And he in his mind, he was giving me a chance to let me be there because of all the rumors that he was hearing. And
so you were supposed to correct some kind of record that was false?
What?
Were you supposed to correct some kind of record that was false to correct?
Well, the thing is, it had always, what all the rumors had always come back as false. And then when we had a big powwow about it, we had a big meeting, all these accusers and everything, they basically had nothing to bring except feelings and false accusation, like blatantly false accusation. Like, it was a ridiculous proposition.
You mind me asking about just one example? Or you don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, there was a lady who said that I put a camera in her floorboards. And that I was hacking her computer.
Oh my god!
So.
Oh, a camera in her floorboards.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lot more than that. It's just it's just really stupid claims, and then he was saying stuff that I had assaulted people and helped people, had locked people up in my house. And
well, how would you install a camera in the floorboard, dude? Everybody knows. Put it on the visor or something. I'm just kidding, dude.
No, one of the things was, she was having trouble with her microphone, and she could with her sixth sense, she could just tell that I was manipulating her microphone and looking at her through her camera because she had just gotten out of the shower. So she knew I was watching her, but that's okay because I'm always watching her. And
oh man.
And she looked over and she saw from the corner of her eye. She looked over in the corner of her eye, and there's there's this little hole in the floor of her floorboards, and she saw a camera, and she's like, oh, put a camera in my floorboards. So she called one of her she called one of her internet buddies and told him that she had to leave the house because there was a camera there in the floor. And then this dude drove 10 hours to go see her to save her from the camera. And then when they got back to the house, it wasn't there. So.
Well, you took it out, dude.
I don't know. But that's just like, honestly, that's just a game. Every time I hear a story from these people, it's like there's a new one. So
Did her name begin with an S? I don't even want you to say her name.
No.
Okay. Good.
No.
Good.
No, Stacy's in the she watches on YouTube and chats in the YouTube all the time. Stacy's still around.
I'm so relieved, dude, because I mean I know y'all were pretty close and everything, and I was like,
no. This is just a person that I only talked to like once, like 6 years ago. It's like it was not like I was never involved with this person. I don't know her name. I don't know where she lives. I don't know anything about her. Never seen her. She just I helped her fix her computer once, and she had like this fantasy or something that had nothing to do with whatever took place, and she just keeps talking about it forever. So I don't know.
Wait a minute. Oh god dang, now I'm gonna have to ask another letter. Wait. Is your name begin with an R?
No, it's a T. It's a T, okay? It's a T.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough, man. Sorry for being so nosy.
No. It's okay. I don't mind talking about it, but I really don't mind talking about it because it was super fucking annoying. But the more annoying part, honestly,
I'm not trying to get you to stir up drama.
Yeah, exactly. The more annoying part is that
try to build a share of you, and I might not be asking the right questions for so that goal. Let's say. So that's why I was being careful and tippy-toeing a little bit because I know it's kind of off topic.
Well, the more annoying part about it, Brian, is that like those dumb rumors got me banned like half the places that I'm at. So, I mean, there's nothing much I could do about it. But Gio took the position of like, well, he's doing me a favor because as long as I'm on good behavior, then he doesn't have to ban me or something. But if none of them, and basically I proposed to him in that talk, like, well, you do realize that like if none of these rumors are true and you're spreading them and you're holding some kind of like dominant position over me because you're doing me a favor by allowing me to be here, and none of that's true, like, wouldn't you just like, would you suppose you'd owe that person an apology? You know?
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're actively spreading this rumor, you're still doing it, or many rumors, you're still doing it, and like, wouldn't you, owe that person an apology maybe? And then instead of apologizing, you just screamed out all those things all over again. I'm like, oh my gosh, never mind, I give up.
I hate the drama.
And then he banned me for it. And then he banned me after telling me that I'd been on my best behavior, and that's the only reason I was there, because I was on my best behavior. I'm like, dude, I'm always on my best behavior. What are you talking about? And he banned me. So, whatever.
A long time,
I'm rad, dude. I don't know what his problem is. I got a cool spot, so we can just chill.
Dude, you're a veteran, man. Yeah, that's cool.
I just see the immaturity in the whole drama these people bring up.
Yeah, why we? There were some crazy accusations, man. I don't. If I heard somebody talking shit about,
they told me I've killed people, that I've locked them up in a basement and beat them and assaulted them. dude, there's insane stories. Like I can't even keep up with it. Whatever, you know. Show me anything. I actually, you know, I love saying, okay, yeah, just show me any evidence you have. I've been waiting for the day somebody brings evidence. I've never seen not one file that would go on a computer.
Right.
Not one file of anything.
Well,
Okay.
If that's serious, why wouldn't they take that to the authorities? Why would they use rumors to try
I know.
to try and slander someone? That's crazy.
That person who said I hacked them, I was like, okay, yeah, go take. She said, oh, I still have the hard drive. I'm gonna go get it forensically and analyzed. I'm like, good, go get it done. Please hurry. I'll pay for it.
Right.
You know, like, let's do this.
You shouldn't have to, man.
Oh my God. Well, here's another funny one. Another one of the stories was that I was hacking them, and then they had to buy all new hardware in their house, and then that didn't work, so they switched to Linux and bought all new hardware again, and then they had to get like 3 different modems. They've tried 4 different hard drives, and then they said they gave up and were so frustrated they had to move to another state and then buy all new equipment all over again. I'm not even joking. This was like part of the testimony. I'm like, okay, you're a fucking whack job. I'm done. Like, just stop talking about me, please, or I will draw a lawsuit upon you. Seriously. I told her straight up, leave my name out of your goddamn mouth, or I will sue you. I'm fucking done. Not you guys. You guys are cool. I just meant this person.
But first, you got to have a dungeon.
Man, I mean, I guess I wish I had one. That would be cool. I think everybody would like to have a dungeon.
I thought all American houses had a cellar.
What were we talking about before this dumb topic? What was the topic? Oh,
I hit water, man. I hit water when I dug down. I was going to make a little safe emergency, you know, like a whatever you call it, a bunker room for storms and stuff around here underneath my patio. And I hit water, man. I had to duck my head a little bit before I hit water. I live in Florida, and I'm like, I ain't doing this because no, I wouldn't want to be in a room where I got to crouch my head, even if it's only a little bit. I didn't like the idea, so filled it in.
Florida's nearly on sea level. If you dig down, you'll hit the water table.
Yeah, but I thought I was up above it enough, but apparently I wasn't.
Well, if you guys haven't seen this cells video, or you weren't at that event for the microscope stuff, it was super cool. Just saying, like, I don't know, it was pretty cool. Recommend you click on it.
Yeah, apparently I missed a lot though. But yeah, I watched.
You can catch up. I've been uploading videos, and I might be able to do clips over time. But honestly, I'm still learning how to edit, and it's really hard to keep up with every freaking conversation that would happen on a 24-hour live stream.
You need a secretary,
Dude, I need I need someone who knows how to talk without just coming here to listen. Like, it just seems people just come to listen. Okay.
I've got a lot to say, but I always forget.
Have their favorite couple subjects they like to talk about, and they'll sit here until bam, all of a sudden, like 5 people will want to jump in on this one topic. That's what I've noticed. But I've seen your videos, man. I see. Yeah, keep posting what you can. Let's see. Double
I was
check
hanging
here.
around my time, because it's different to your guys' times, and there was no one around, so I just went off and did other things.
Let me see if I've seen your videos.
You changed your name, Brian.
Yeah, I didn't mean to, man. I'm going to have to change your back. Did you post one of your videos, Riggs?
Sorry, I had a video playing. What'd you say?
Just post one so I can click on it. Is this one that you posted at 2:39? I don't know if it is or not, but
That's it, bro. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's the
Make
live
sure.
stream's there and the videos are there. Yeah. Crack a
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the most recent.
All right.
I just uploaded that. Yep, that's the one.
I'm subscribed.
Nice.
Are you still doing that guy?
I've seen it. That's what I've seen. Sorry.
Is there any more of that guy that's on the whiteboard and does those lectures? Is he still going, or that's finished?
You talking about
you mean
philosopher, flat earth philosopher?
the morning show stuff that I've been doing?
Your morning. He's got his whiteboard and he's standing up there lecturing and he's talking away. Is that the only one that I know of?
Cole is he's snoring.
Or is there more than one bloke?
Yeah, so that's Dr. or Professor Jang. And
right, that's that one. Yeah, that one.
So here's what happens. Every day on a Monday through Friday, well, maybe not today, I don't know. I wake up at 6 and I come in here and I pick a lecture or a video, and people that are going to work or driving to work, or they get up early or whatever. I play a video and people listen and we do commentary. Now, I record that. That's recorded, obviously, and that's kind of like the morning show because I'm hosting it. But it's not always successful. Like some people are just groggy, or they're not really wanting to talk or whatever. Like they'll listen to the video, but it's not really like an engaged show. Sometimes it's worth recording and uploading, but a lot of times it's just like, hey, good morning, Phil, or whatever, hey guys, welcome, good morning. It's mostly kind of like that. So if there's a good show, sometimes there's a good show, I'll be like, oh, that was a good show, I'll clip it, But for the most part, I try not to waste my time clipping stuff that's not like, you could just go watch the live stream, you know what I mean? Like it's every day, Monday through Friday. So if you really wanted to watch it, you just got to go to Rumble and click on it and go watch it.
Okay, so Rumble.
Well, yeah. I've got Rumble and YouTube and what's the other one? Twitch. So the Twitch videos delete after a week, and the Rumble videos, they're all intact from day one. So my whole catalog is on Rumble.
Okay.
And I clip from there personally. And I don't keep anything on YouTube except my edited videos and the live stream. The live stream gets deleted if if the live stream drops out for some reason, I just delete that video. It's like 10,000 hours long or whatever. I delete that and just start a new one. You know, I just keep it going so people can listen in.
I'll
Yeah,
check on-
it's
well,
pretty much set up
I'm not
like
gonna
EA
listen.
for the most part, you know.
But I'll stop back in though, Riggs, man. I will stop back in and subbed, and I'll try and get some other people too.
God bless,
And
Brian.
good talking to you.
I'm so glad to see you. Is there any way I can reach out to you definitively if, like, let's say I did get E1 in here? Is there any way I can reach out to you
Hold
to
on.
make sure that you're available for like an event or something?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Hmm.
I'll DM you a number you could text.
Cool.
And that's going to be, other than that, if you message me in Discord, I might not see it for
I know.
a few days.
I know. I'm the same way. I might see it and then I'll forget about it and forget to respond or something. Like, I'll get like 10 messages all at once and it just becomes overwhelming. So,
Sure. All right, I'll DM you a good number, man. If you call, I don't really, unless you're in my little circle, I don't answer the calls, but I'll respond to messages and I'll see them pretty much right away almost. And
yeah, I would just sit and be like, yo,
I'd like that, dude.
I would just because dual poll's kind of coming up and people are interested in coming up with explanations. If something comes up about it, I'll message you and be like, hey, we've got this thing going on, you know.
I'm glad I came in just to talk about it a little bit because I wanted to get a couple opinions and because I want to hear what people say, you know, what's wrong with it, so I can look into it and see if it's fixable. You know what I'm saying? I want it critiqued, and then just now I've already got to put up another one because I've seen a couple mistakes that I made. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, and I'm gonna DM that to you and just lock it in, and if that, and I'll try and reach out to E1 too, man. See if I can't get a hold of them. See if we can get the, stir the pot, man. Get it going.
Yeah, let's get something cooking. Cool, man. All right.
All right, brother.
Cheers. Much love, Brian.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Well, I did what I was wanting to do tonight. I cut that video and crossed another one off my list. And then, how am I going to find that one? Oh, that's how I'm going to find it. That was the 6th. Okay, I got to find this video before I go to bed. That would make me happy. Poor Ken. They're teaming up on you, Ken. I see you out there in Rumble. They're teaming up on Ken. Hey, Ken is wrong about a lot of things. Ken is wrong about a lot of things. But Colt is mean. Colt is very mean. And that's not cool. Actually, I take it back. Colt does not mean she is a frigid bitch. An absolute frigid bitch. And I mean that. So I'm gonna set my alarm. I'll be back in let's see, maybe like 4 or 5 hours. Do my show, okay, guys? You guys want to chill? Be back in a bit. Much love.